Doctor Who, The House of Winter by George Mann. Read by David Schofield. The TARDIS folded out of the vortex with its customary elephantine roar. Clara leaned impatiently on the railing while the doctor examined the monitor, trying to establish where they were. "This has got to stop," he said as he came striding along the gangway a moment later. "I refuse to be summoned like a servant." He turned to Clara, reaching for the door handle. "Well, what are you waiting for?" Clara sighed. "Patience," she muttered with a smile. The TARDIS doors creaked open to reveal a darkened chamber beyond. Clara couldn't help but shudder, half with trepidation, half with nervous anticipation. She followed the doctor out. They were in the hallway of a large, ostentatious house. Instantly it reminded her of the many National Trust properties she'd visited as a child. The stale odour of polish and dust, the galleried feature staircase, the arranged marble busts in a Romanesque style, rows of potted aspidistras. Gloomy portraits glowered down at them from the walls. "If this is the 25th century," said Clara, "then there's a serious revival movement going on. Look at this place. I thought we had it bad with leg warmers and shoulder pads and the resurgence of 80s pop." The doctor grinned. "You see nothing," he said. "The collars that I used to have to wear." "Ah, here come our hosts." Clara turned at the sound of pounding feet. 3 figures were charging along the galleried landing above, converging at the top of the stairs. 2 men and a woman. They stared down at the doctor and Clara, utterly agog. The doctor twisted around to address them, flinging his arms wide in greeting. "The Winters, I presume." One of the men was tentatively making his way down the stairs. He was a handsome, middle-aged man with sand-coloured hair and was dressed in an ostentatious quilted housecoat, perfectly in keeping, Clara decided, with the recreated style and period of the house. He was clutching a small, white calling card in his hand and was staring at the doctor in open disbelief. "So, it's true. The stories are true. This actually worked. I called you with it and you came." He waved the card and Clara saw the doctor cringe. They both knew what the wording on the card would say. "On the worst day of your life, call for the doctor." They also knew by now that when the card was used by a member of the Winter dynasty, the TARDIS was powerless to resist its call. All the same, the doctor took it from the man and rustled it between his fingers. Then he sniffed it. Indestructible magnolineum. How thoughtful of me. The card's owner held his hand out, politely but expectantly, and after a moment's pause the doctor reluctantly handed it back. He regarded the other members of the group. The woman was young and clearly nervous. Her hair was scraped back from her face in a tight ponytail and she wore no makeup on her pale brown skin. She was dressed in simple black leggings and a black roll-neck jumper. The other man, too, seemed wary of them and hung back a little, watching them with beady green eyes. He was also younger and dressed similarly in black. Clara could see no family resemblance. The first man had reached the bottom of the staircase. "After all this time, all those years, thinking you were just a myth, a fairy tale, a bedtime story dreamed up by my grandfather, and now, here you are. You really gave. How remarkable." "I can assure you, Mr. Winter,"